Good morning, everybody. As much as I like working on stuff in the shop, I think my favorite place to be is on this little rolly cart. I think someone actually sent it to us in the mail.
Yeah, someone sent like 3 of those to us.
And we put it together. And I've never been on a little shop cart that rolls so smoothly. It's so much fun. And Scotty likes it too, because when I'm sitting down, it means I have a lap. He really likes sitting in my lap. But we're in the shop today. We've had the planter in the shop for a couple, I don't know, 2 weeks now maybe. But we're just now getting to actually like tearing into it. And it's a lot more fun tearing it into it this year than it was last year, because last year we essentially had to redo every single part of it. And so now this year we're working with parts that only have like 1 year of wear, or they weren't too bad last year. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. Sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to get up. There we go. All right, so we will be hooking the planter up to the John Deere 8335R. This is the tractor that has big tires on it, and it's also the tractor that Grant and I purchased this fall, which is super exciting. So right now, most of the hydraulics are hooked up. It's only a 2-point, and so it hooks up right there and there, because this planter has these wheels back here to help support it, which is really cool. But we will have to take all that apart, because what are we doing with this tractor before planting season, Grant?
We still got a little bit of field work to do with these big tires. And we asked the question a couple of videos ago whether we should leave these tires on or not. And for now, I think we're just gonna leave them on because they're awesome. Why not?
Absolutely. So this is another question we asked a couple videos ago when we put the planter in the shop for the first time, is if we should get new row sweeps, row openers, whatever you want to call these things. Because last year we had some rain during planting season, and this part of our opener wheel just got like caked, just absolutely filled with mud. And so since to get new ones, it's gonna be about $1,000 a row unit, we decided we're gonna see what we can do with these old ones. So we took apart some bolts back here, and we were actually able to take this part off and then reassemble it. I think it's going to work. There's a lot of grease in a lot of places, so I hope we didn't need that to grease certain bearings.
It'll be fine.
But I think it should be okay. So we need to go through and do that to every single row unit, which is a little bit
There's
tricky.
4 bolts and 2 per row.
And there,
16 rows.
you have to,
it's a lot of bolts.
Get back here. It's a little bit tricky, but yeah. That's step 1. The fertilizer system held up super well, did a great job for us. Only one spot got pinched, but I think that was my error. I think I ran something into it.
I definitely hit a pivot stop with it.
Yeah. So there's just one little hose that we need to fix.
Fertilizer system we got is mounted here on the front of the planter, and that's from SurePoint Ag. And here's the broken one, so that'll be an easy fix. Just got to get the parts from them.
Absolutely. Okay, next we'll come around here. I went through and on every single row unit just did, like, first off, just a little visual inspection, making sure there were no holes in our vacuum tubes, making sure nothing had gotten pinched in storage or anything like that. And then we took these gauge wheels or press wheels off here. This is what goes right up here. It mounts to this arm. And so we took these press wheels off so we get a little better access to the row unit. And then we had some of these arms here. This is the arm that holds the press wheel on. This one obviously needs some grease, but there were some that, like, the bearings just went totally bad. So we took those off. So this one needs to be replaced here. I had a tape measure, and I was measuring the diameter. Is it radius or diameter?
Diameter.
Yeah, diameter is all the way, radius is half,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Yeah, okay. The diameter of our Truvies to see how much had worn down. I don't think we're gonna have to replace any because we replaced all of them last year. So that'll be really nice. And then just spun all these, made sure there were no bearings bad.
There were a few bearings bad.
There were actually a few bearings bad. So I believe instead of getting a whole new wheel, we're going to just redo the bearings, right, Grant?
Yep.
That's the plan for those. I'm trying to think about what else we saw.
I've gotten all the hydraulics to work except for the blower fan, which there's like a height sensor switch that only turns on with lowered. And I didn't have our SurePoint fertilizer system hooked up. And this system uses the waste oil off the blower fan to run. So if this isn't on, that blower fan can't run. But they have a built-in bypass up here that I just need to turn on, and I think that blower fan will turn on.
So that should be good. And then we're still trying to just kind of decide what to do about this wheel. I think we're just gonna.
This wheel was flat when we pulled it out of the shed, so.
I think we might be able to just keep airing it up because it's held there. Of course, it hasn't been running, but it's held there in the shop. The leak must not be that big, right?
Well, I mean, there's no way to sit on it, so who knows?
We'll maybe have to just see in season for that. But like I said, most of these press wheels were brand new last year, and so they're still in pretty good condition, which is really nice. So yeah, not too much work to go through the planter. But we won't be putting the fertilizer. We have big tanks that go on either side of the tractor. We won't be putting those on yet since we still do have some other jobs to do with the tractor. So we'll just go through the planter and have that totally done so that when the truck comes in here and it's ready to be hooked up, we can just pull it out, head out the field and be ready to go. What's up? What are you doing?
Replacing some bearings in those openers I'm working on.
Gotcha. What is that?
This is an old bearing.
Okay.
It's shot. Got some new bearings and put some new bearing, new bushing in, and hopefully it's not wobbly. So this one, it's fine. Well, I don't know. It was pretty loose. Feels fine, but it was very loose. Usually bearings don't go this well for me.
And it's going pretty well?
Going very well, actually.
That's great to hear. Does it spin?
Tightly.
Hey, as long as it spins.
Look at that.
Perfect. Good job.
Got that bearing changed. It was super loose. Now it's nice and smooth. So we got a whole bunch more of these depth band things to go. All of them down that row. We've got 3 rows done so far. So this is going to be an all-day project.
I think perhaps for Valentine's Day, I should have gotten Grant a hydraulic press or an air press. That'd be really cool. So this is an example of one of those arms that is bad. See how this won't hardly move at all. And so we either need to grease this and hopefully the grease fixes it, or just replace this arm completely. Something I noticed when we were going through each of these rows is that these mud scrapers here, which it's my fault because I put these on last year, but I put some of them on backwards. So this one's on backwards too. They're supposed to be flipped so they're over this way. Most of them were on the right way. Like this one here, that one's on the right way. So what you have to do, yank apart like this. It's a perfect job for pliers. Come on the other side. Loose apart. Go. Okay. And then, so I had them on like this. They're supposed to go like this. And just put them on the same way. There we go. Like that. All right, so we got all of the Trubies back on, all the mud scrapers, all of our new press wheels, gauge wheels, whatever you want to call them.
They're not all new. We just bought
Well,
a few.
yeah, but we put the ones that need to be replaced. We put the new ones on. So this is an example of a new one. Here, I'll compare it. So this is our fresh, clean, crisp edge. And then here's an example of one that has a year of wear on it. We chose not to replace all of them because these things are over $100 a piece. So,
Sorry, cat. Didn't see you back there.
it's kind of always underfoot. But anyway, so we got everything all put back together. And here's an example. Here's our new arm that we got. This is one of the new press wheel arms. Here's an example of an older one.
We need to grease that. I forgot about those.
Yeah, so we need to go through and grease those, and then I think what we're going to do is everything should be hooked up, except we need to get that blower fan working. So we're gonna try to get that working, but then hopefully we can start the tractor up and then turn everything on and see if everything works. Here's what our in-cab setup looks like here. What are the odds this thing actually has grease in it? I got the whole planter greased and didn't run out of grease once. And I didn't run out, so I didn't replace the tube, but I'm guessing that I put it away with like this much grease left in it. So sorry, Grant, or maybe myself, whoever uses the grease gun next. It's still wintertime. We got a little bit of snow the other day, not a lot though, not enough to even push around. So it's still winter here. Things are still moving pretty slow. It looked like everyone had a really fun time at the National Farm Machinery Show down in Kentucky. Grant and I didn't get a chance to make it down there this year, but we went last year and had a lot of fun. But we've just kind of been laying low, hanging around the house, working on stuff in the shop, seeing our friends, seeing our family. Tractor work and planting season and those kinds of things are coming soon, so just hold on. I know things are boring right now, but I promise things get way more exciting and busy. But I'm kind of just enjoying the boring time, a time for me to have some rest and get some sleep and those kinds of things. Just know that like I am a farmer, not a YouTuber, and so there's just not like promise to be exciting things that happen every single day, because I don't wake up in the morning and think, okay, let's come up with an idea that I can film a YouTube video about. It's just what needs to get done. And so we're just in a slow season, so I appreciate you guys sticking around with me, even though it's boring right now. But I guess now is a good time to ask, would you guys be interested at all in seeing some of the fun things or off-the-farm things that Grant and I do? Because historically, people have not really enjoyed watching that. They much prefer the farm stuff. But sometimes Grant and I like doing fun stuff together too. So if you want me to show some of that, I'd be more than happy to. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm